land of cotton. Old times are not forgotten. Look away, look away.
In 1843, Lincoln sought the nomination for the U.S. representative seat, which is being vacated by John Stuart at the time. Unfortunately, he had lost the nomination at the Whig Convention. Later, in 1846, Lincoln was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, at which point he served one 2-year term as a House member. Lincoln was a very dedicated Whig. He would show up for most votes and giving speeches that echoed what the party was interested in. At the time, Lincoln used his office as an opportunity to speak out against the Mexican-American War, in which he attributed to President Polk's desire for just simple military glory. Lincoln's main stand against Polk occurred in his spot resolutions. Lincoln insisted that Polk's argument was one-sided and that he simply wanted to go to war. Lincoln simply wanted Polk to provide Congress with proof of the Mexican attack. He asked Polk to provide Congress with the exact spot on where any attack occurred in which a Mexican soldier killed an American one. Lincoln simply wanted to uncover the truth to avoid an unnecessary war. As he pushed this issue with his spot resolutions, he lost political support. Though Lincoln had an admiration for Henry Clay, he was also an early supporter for Zachary Taylor's candidacy for presidency in 1848. When Lincoln's term ended, the Taylor administration offered him governorship of the Oregon Territory. Lincoln, very doubtful that they would elect him as governor or as senator, was slightly opposed in taking the job, thinking that since they had been admitted to the Union, they would never elect him. Lincoln then returned to Springfield and continued to make a living in practicing law. Later on, Lincoln returned to politics in response to the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. The act established that settlers could vote to decide whether or not to allow slavery, either in the name of popular sovereignty or the rule of the people. Illinois Democrat Stephen A. Douglas, one of the most powerful members of the Senate, Douglas argued that in a democracy, people should have the right to decide whether to allow slavery in their territory or not, rather than have such a decision imposed on them by the National Congress. Abraham Lincoln's Peoria speech was made in Peoria, Illinois in 1854. The speech, arguing against slavery, formed the stage in which it showcased Lincoln's humanity, his heart, the care that he had for his people and his country, and ultimately assisted Lincoln to ascend towards the rest of his political career.